On Wednesday, various labor organizations in different parts of Nigeria held separate protests against the removal of petrol subsidies. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories. At number 1, on Wednesday, various labor organizations in different parts of Nigeria held separate protests against the removal of petrol subsidies. The Nigeria Labour Congress in Osun State faced division as they were unable to elect state executives. Supporters of the caretaker chairman gathered at Freedom Park, Osogbo, while members of the Trade Union Congress gathered at the Center for Black Culture and International Understanding. The Osun Civil Societies Coalition, Academic Staff Union of Universities, and National Union of Electricity Employees also protested in the streets of Osogbo. Similar protests were held in Kwara, Ebonyi, and Katsina State. In Lagos, the Department of State Services arrived at the State Assembly complex where Nigeria Labour Congress members were protesting. The Bayelsa State Organized Labour also started a protest towards the government house in Yenagoa. At number 2, Dr. Vuare Diaso, a medical doctor, tragically died in an elevator accident at the General Hospital in Odan, Lagos Island. The Nigerian Medical Association is criticizing the hospital management for negligence and lack of emergency care. They are also calling for a mourning period and investigation, as well as identifying those responsible for the negligence. The association is also demanding a strike and improvements in hospital facilities to prevent future incidents. The medical community is deeply saddened by the loss and wants to prioritize the safety of healthcare professionals and patients. At number 3, the defense chiefs of several West African countries, including Mali, Niger, Guinea-Bissau, Burkina Faso, and Guinea, were not present at a meeting in Abuja. However, defense chiefs from Ghana, Nigeria, Benin, Togo, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Senegal, the Gambia, Cote d'Ivoire, and Cape Verde were attending the meeting led by Nigeria's Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa. The meeting was called in response to the Economic Community of West African States ultimatum following the military coup in Niger Republic. General Aboramen Chiani, the commander of Niger's Presidential Guard, successfully overthrew the democratically elected government on Friday. At number 4, the Senate Chief Whip Ali Ndume has asked the leaders of the Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress, as well as the protesters at the National Assembly, to end their nationwide protest and give the Senate 1 week to address their demands. The protesters are demonstrating against the removal of fuel subsidy and other issues and are demanding a reduction in fuel prices and the repair of Nigerian refineries. Ndume has stated that there is a Senate motion to address these concerns and has requested the protesters to wait for 1 week for the Senate to work on resolving the issues. If the unions are not satisfied, they can proceed with their planned strike action. At number 5, the Kano chapter of the Nigeria Labour Congress held a peaceful protest in the city which disrupted business activities. This was part of the nationwide demonstration organized by the NLC in response to the government's decision to remove fuel subsidy. The protest march in Kano started at the Murtala Muhammad Library and ended at the State Government House, where the secretary to the state government met with the protesters. The protesters displayed signs with various messages including opposition to IMF, the World Bank demands, lower university fees, higher minimum wage, and a return of fuel subsidy. At number 6, the Nigerian Medical Association held a peaceful protest at the Cross River House of Assembly after one of their doctors was kidnapped. The doctors expressed their concerns about the safety of doctors in the state as they fear being kidnapped while carrying out their work. The House Speaker requested the doctors to remain calm and mentioned that criminals were being given amnesty to encourage them to reform, but if they didn't change their ways within 6 months, they would face legal consequences. At number 7, human rights lawyer Femi Falana has advised the Nigerian government to not comply with the International Monetary Fund's recommendations. He suggests that the government should only trade with countries that accept the Nigerian currency, the naira. Falana also calls on President Bola Tinubu's administration to enforce the Central Bank Act and take control of the country's economy. He criticizes the use of the dollar for payment in Nigeria and challenges the government to join the BRICS and only engage in trade with countries that are willing to accept the naira. At number 8, INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu reassured that there are no hidden motives for the upcoming 2023 general elections and acknowledged the challenges faced in previous elections. He expressed the Commission's dedication to enhancing the electoral process and involving the media in consultations. Media executives have been invited to discuss coverage and gather feedback on local elections. Yakubu also expressed interest in understanding the media's limitations and receiving their recommendations for improvement. He suggested amending the law to enable Nigerians who couldn't vote due to work constraints to participate in the elections. At number 9, during the first half of the year, Medicine Sans Frontières treated 30,000 malnourished children in Katsina State. The treatment was provided at 8 health facilities in the state. The MSF Health Promotion Manager LC Sibue expressed concern about the high rates of malnutrition and called for immediate government intervention. MSF plans to expand their health facilities to accommodate more patients. Currently, the organization is providing nutritional support to undernourished children in 10 healthcare centers located in different areas of Katsina State. Finally, at number 10, 4 stowaways from Nigeria survived 10 days on a cargo ship before running out of food and water. They managed to survive for 4 more days by drinking seawater before being rescued by Brazilian federal police. However, they were surprised to find themselves in Brazil instead of Europe. 2 of them returned to Nigeria while the other 2 applied for asylum in Brazil due to difficulties in their home country. One of the stowaways, named Yeye, hopes to bring his family to Brazil. This risky journey highlights the extreme measures migrants are willing to take for a better life. Father Paulo Pares, a priest in Sao Paulo, believes their voyage illustrates desperate actions people would take for a fresh start. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.